job, why they chose you to do the interview. So anyway, ladies, it has been a wonderful night, and next week, keep messaging me and let me know what you want to talk about on Let's Talk Monday. Let's Talk Monday doesn't always have to be a medical session about TS. So let us know what you want to hear about for Let's Talk Mondays and for Girls Night, what you want to talk about for Girls Night. Remember, Girls Night can be about anything. This is just us girls. Shh, no man allowed. And so we're going to talk about whatever we want to talk about and be with our sisters. So anyway, all right, Kimberly Tibbett. Yeah, getting an interview is hard too. I really get an interview. I mean, I've gotten a few interviews, but yeah, I mean, it's hard. Crystal Rosario, how do you deal with going on countless interviews and not getting tired? How I've dealt with it, like I said before, how I've dealt with it is like after a long day of interviews, I always go and treat myself with something. Like I'm not going to go shopping for new clothes or anything like that, but treat yourself with something small, like a coffee, or go get something at McDonald's, or something in a drive-through, or something. Like go relax, or like when you get home, get in a hot bath, like relax that way. So I mean that's something that's how kind of I cope. And you know what? I try to stay positive. You know what? Okay, that company didn't want to interview me. Their loss, not mine. So, and on to the next one. And I mean, I know that sounds like maybe too confident, but at the same time, you've got to have confidence. Like I said, it's be confident. You're gonna get there. You will. April Burnett, love you, Bethany. Love you too, girl. Love you, April. Kimberly Tibbett, let's talk hysterectomies. I'd like to hear others' experiences. Yes, we can talk about that if y'all want to. Cassidy Hopper, what about job accommodations for people with disabilities? Any advice? Julie David, reward yourself with a glass of wine. Yes, glass of wine. Drink wine if you're legal after this. Whoa, sorry. Glass of wine or your vice of choice. Exactly, like a candy bar, if you like chocolate, things like that. Laura Qualls, never give up. Karen Ann Friedel, when I get rejected, I remind myself of how many times J.K. Rowling has to submit Harry Potter, or the Beatles had to look for someone to agree to produce their movie. Yeah, lots of stories like that. Exactly. Do you know how many people almost didn't make it? Like, let's take Thomas Edison, for example. When he was making the light bulb. And he had tried all these different times. It was like 1,000 times to make a light bulb. And somebody asked him, like, aren't you tired of trying to make light bulbs? And he said, why? I just figured out 999 ways not to make a light bulb. Exactly. So anyway, all right. Let's get back to Cassidy's question about what about job accommodations for people with disabilities? Any advice? Well, first and foremost, when you apply for the job, you want to let the employer know then about whatever disability you have. Whether myself, I have sensory neural hearing loss, osteopenia. Like, if you let them know about these, sometimes they already have accommodations for you. And so, it really depends on the job and the disability you may have. And yeah, every job should have, accommodations for you according to the Americans with Disabilities Act. So look that up. If you do have a disability, make sure you look that up. I'll put a link on the page if you girls want, so that way you can look over it yourself. Kimberly Tibbett, Cassidy, yes. Kimberly Tibbett, when not. Okay, Leah Jones, again, any updates on the documentary? Oh yeah, so we talked about that earlier, Leah. Maybe before you joined. So we're gonna try to release it in July now. The person who's editing it is also working on another project too. So we're working on it as fast as we can. We want to get it out there for you ladies. And when it does come out, I'm probably gonna do like a live session with you girls about it. So maybe we can all see it together. Who knows? Kimberly Tibbett. Jobs I've had, never wanted to accommodate. Jobs I've had, never wanted to accommodate. That's actually illegal. If you look at the Americans with Disabilities Act, that's illegal. So that's something I would want to bring up with your employer Kimberly. Elaine, yes, a big part is confidence and presenting yourself professional and right for the job and company. That's actually another tip I want to give. Dress for the job you want. So that's something that I was told years ago by this lady who kind of mentored me professionally. Energy, dress for the job you want. And so I think that that's something that also will give you confidence. If you look and know you look good, you'll have a great attitude. I know I do. Donna Matthews, I can honestly say I've never had trouble with interviews. It was anxiety about what people thought about me. Exactly. That's one of the reasons why I want to talk about this, because I feel like a lot of girls with TS deal with social anxiety. And so interviewing can be very tough and mentally draining. And I mean, not only that, even if you don't have social anxiety, it's already mentally and physically and emotionally draining to go to an interview, because you know, like, do they like me? Are they going to hire me? You know, if they say they're going to call me back, are they really going to call me back? You know, who knows? So, you know, that's something to that's something I think we all deal with. So how do you girls deal with that? That's something I think we would all like to hear, how everybody deals with that. Jennifer Davidson, keep at it. Do not give up. Exactly. There is a job out there for everyone. Exactly. Like there's a job out there for you. Don't give up. Never give up. Donna Matthews, after I got the job. Yeah. Julie David, large organizations will have a person dedicated to ADA accommodations. I met with one before I started. Yeah. Like I was saying, Kimberly, like it's actually illegal if they know that you do have a disability for them not to accommodate it. So make sure your employer knows about that. And bring the ADA to them if you need to. Leah Jones, thank you so much. You're welcome. Not a problem. Kimberly Tibbet, I would love to be a part of the documentaries. I mean, I would love to hear you girls' stories. That would be great. Kimberly, I'm currently unemployed. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That's never easy. I've been there. Yeah, Elaine, amen. Yes, you do have to dress for the job. We may have to look, get something made, but you need to dress for the job. Kimberly Tibbet, for me, the interview is the easy part. See, there you go. Christmas, I would be very careful who you told anything about disabilities to. If it is a job that would not really require accommodations as a teacher, I would not mention it. Yeah, I mean, like, be careful about it. Like, use your discretion. Catherine, I am also unemployed with mild social anxiety. You know, I think that there's a lot of people, for one reason or another, that they have, you know, that they get like disability for different things. So that's something to look into. Crystal Rosario, what is the documentary about? So the documentary, on When She Flies, the documentary, we're here to educate people about Turner syndrome. We want to educate new parents, medical professionals. We want to educate new people about Turner syndrome. That's what we're here for. So that's what the documentary is about. Scarlett and I both worked on it with Mark Philippe and the Walter Ferrero Foundation. They've been a huge part of this, and we couldn't have done it without them. And so we've done this, and we want to help educate everybody about Turner syndrome. We want to get this to medical professionals, to new parents, because a lot of us know once a new parent is told that their daughter has TS, or anybody finds out about Turner syndrome, what's the first thing you do? Sometimes they Google, and we all know that can either be a good thing or a bad thing or in between. You just never know. We would like to help people with that. So Elaine, and yes, there are certain questions that they cannot ask about, and that is true. There are certain things that by law they cannot ask you. So make sure you look into that. Jennifer Lewis Davidson, I've been at my job almost 9 years now. I would be nervous if something happened and I had to look for another job. And that's true. That's something I think anybody would worry about, you know. Donna, I have never told an employer about my TS or my health issues. I was afraid of not getting the job. And, you know, like I said with this interview that I was talking about, you know, at first I didn't want to say anything, but then when I did, it was like, oh, really? And everything was great. So obviously I've got a job now. So Kimberly Tibbet, I'm not taken seriously as I look, no, therefore they do not accommodate as they seem to not. You know, I think that's a hard part. Sorry. Hard part is that a lot of us, like if you looked at me, you wouldn't know that I have two separate heart conditions: Hashimoto's thyroiditis, osteopenia, sensory neural hearing loss. Like you just wouldn't know. So it unfortunately, like a lot of people think you need to look a certain way, and I think that's a lot of people need to be more informed about internal disabilities. And you know what? I think we're going to do a Let's Talk Monday about that, internal disabilities. So yeah, Donna Matthews, true, Kimberly, Kimberly. I know that must that was wrong in them to do that. And like I said, I wish your employer was more informed about the ADA. They need to be. So anyway, ladies, we are going to end this tonight. If you haven't liked the Walk for Furial page, make sure you go and like the Walk for Furial page. We're going to see you this week. I'm going to try to go Thursday night this week for girls' night. So let me know what you want to talk about for girls' night. Like I said, it's going to be just us gals. We may just talk about hysterectomies, like what Kimberly was asking earlier. Kimberly, cognitive disabilities and back problems. Yeah, exactly. Those are some things you just don't see. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up. Like I said, like the Walk for Furial page. If you haven't liked the Walk for Furial page, make sure you show them some love. Share the page. They're going to have the walk in October. We're going to see y'all at the conference this year. Woohoo! I'm so excited. It's here in Denver. So anyway, we'll see you on Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. See you girls next week. Oh, let me read these last two comments and then we'll go. Tracy Hatlett, I have never disclosed my TS. I'm afraid of not getting a job. Interesting topic. Thank you. Yeah, you know, like I said, it's your personal choice whether you want to disclose that or not. Depending on the job, you don't have to. They're not supposed to ask leading questions about things like that. So, Kimberly, that was my first job at Harkins Theater in 2004. April Burnett, wish I could go to conference. Aw, I wish you could too. Kimberly, I wish I could go to the conference. I know, I wish everybody could go to conference. So anyway, we'll see you Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you girls. Bye.